Hello everyone, I'm Sharpedo43 once again, bring you all another Wi-Fi battle. Now before anything, I would like to give you guys an apology for this battle specifically, because this battle, regardless of the outcome, let's be real here, it's a severely one-dimensional battle. But there's going to be a reason for this battle to be showcased. I'm going to link you guys a video. It's of a Wi-Fi battle that I had a while ago in Pokemon Sun and Moon. That pretty much was the biggest motivation for showcasing this battle. So I'm going to link it in the description below. It's going to be the video in question. Just look for that in the description and watch it, and then watch this battle, and you're gonna see why I decided to showcase this battle. But anyways, this is a standard OU battle, and my opponent for this battle is going to be FreeSpirit87, who is a streamer on Twitch, and I decided to challenge him using this team because, like I said, remember when I first started my first few battles in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, I was just getting manhandled by everybody. So I figured, okay, maybe I just suck at team building, so I'm gonna just try out these teams right now that I found on a bunch of Discord servers. People just dropping them everywhere, so I'm just like, okay, I'll pick them up then and try them out and see how they work and whatnot. So yeah, this is gonna be as you can see, it's a team centered around Mega Pinsir, which is actually kind of interesting because I know a lot of people who actually like to use Mega Pinsir. So, and I've never used Mega Pinsir because I was never really keen on Mega Pinsir, but right now I'm just trying out different teams to see how they work and how they compare to my teams the ones that I make, who according to some people it's poorly made, but whatever. Anyways, this is it. This is gonna be the battle. FreeSpirit87 is the battler, or the opponent, should I say? And I'm gonna lead off with Magnezone right here, as you can see. He's gonna lead off with Uxie. Yeah, if you guys saw his team, it's very reminiscent of that team that I showed you guys in that video in my description, as you guys can see. And as you can see, yeah, this is gonna happen again. Trick Room. This is what we're dealing with again. Trick Room freaking teams again. I don't even think this team that I have right now is even prepared for this kind of stuff. But yeah, I led with Magnezone because I was afraid of him leading with something like Magirn or something, or yeah, just to see if actually I think it was Cresselia I was anticipating, but yeah, I go for Thunderbolt just to see what he wants to go for. He did win for Trick Room, as you guys saw. He now goes for Stealth Rock. I switched into Landorus because I definitely wanted to get my Rocks up, because in that battle that I showed you guys, I was not able to get Rocks up very easily, and as a result it was giving me a real pain in the rear end basically. So here I went into Landorus-T. He switched into Magirn as I went for the Stealth Rocks. I'm going to hard switch out because, yeah, I don't want to stay in on this thing. This thing could have Ice Beam. So I go into Ferrothorn here. And I just have to hope he doesn't have Aura Sphere, because, yeah, this team kind of can't handle Magirna if it's carrying all the right coverage moves. Thankfully, he does go for Ice Beam here. And if he switches out, this kind of gave me the impression that it would not have Aura Sphere. And he does switch out. So I was like, okay, so maybe this thing does not have Aura Sphere. Now, what I'm going to do here now with this what's it called, Ferrothorn, I think it's go for Leech Seed. Yeah, I go for Leech Seed here, but I freaking miss because this game is stupid sometimes, and I'm gonna be forced to switch out obviously because I do not want this thing to Fire Fang me or what's it called, or Fire Punch me. I think it gets Fire Punch. I don't know if it gets Fire Punch, but I know it gets Fire Fang, so I don't want that to come my way towards Ferrothorn. So he's gonna switch out, and I guess predicted me to switch out, and he's going to go into Cresselia. I was going to say Cresselia, dumbass. And I'm going to go into Landorus-T. The Trick Room turns went back to normal. I guess this is why he doubled into Cresselia. Knowing I'd switch out into Landorus-T, I'm now forced to go for the U-turn because I do not want to stay in on this Cresselia on the off chance this thing carries Ice Beam. And I'm going to retreat. And now I'm just going to go straight into Ferrothorn again, because Ferrothorn can definitely take Ice Beams. As long as I don't get frozen, I don't have to worry about Ice Beams with Ferrothorn anyway. He's going to go for a Trick Room, which was what I anticipated, because in that other battle that I mentioned earlier, I was having to deal with so many Trick Room attempts. So here he's going to switch out as I send him, what's it called, Ferrothorn. I think I tried to go for a Leech Seed again, hoping for goodness sake that I do not freaking miss. Not really. I actually went for Spikes. Yeah, because I figured if he's going to get Trick Rooms up, and there's going to be a lot of switching, might as well get the Rocks up and some Spikes. because looking at his team, he doesn't seem to have any way to get rid of the hazards. I could be wrong though, because move tutors are a thing now, and I don't know what gets defog nowadays, because I heard defog is now a move tutor move and whatnot. So yeah, I hard switched into Landorus-T because I was afraid of a Shadow Bone from this thing. I was hoping Landorus-T would be able to take it out, or take it well after an Intimidate, but this fool actually goes for Swords Dance. I was like, say what? Oh my god. This is actually a problem. So what I'm going to do now is hard switch into Latios, hoping he goes for Flare Blitz. If he goes for Shadow Bone, then rip me, honestly. So yeah, here comes Latios, takes rocks damage. He's going to go for Flare Blitz, which is what I was thankful for initially. But as you can see right here, it didn't even matter if I predicted correctly or not, because this Marowak at +1, I'm assuming it's also carrying a Thick Club, was able to destroy my freaking Latios with one shot, with one Flare Blitz, despite its resistance. What the hell? That's crazy, not gonna lie. But it didn't take any recoil damage, which instantly told me that this was what's it called? Rockhead and not Lightning Rock, which was what I was afraid of from the Marowak, because Magnezone wouldn't have been able to do anything, in all honesty. Here I go into Landorus now, after losing the Latios, just to get another Intimidate off. Trick Room ended here, so now I'm just gonna go for U-turn again. I think I just go back into Ferrothorn. Yeah, I think I go back into Ferrothorn. Yeah, I go back into Ferrothorn, and I think here what I try to do now is actually go for the knockoff. Yeah, he's gonna go for Trick Room again, because this team, like I said, is just centered around Trick Room, which is really damn annoying. This team honestly could have given me problems if he had that Trick Room up at the wrong possible times, but what I was doing around this team was actually just spacing the turns of Trick Room out, so that I can actually send in the right matchups according to the turns left on Trick Room and whatnot, which was really complicated, not gonna lie. But here, like I said, I was going for knockoff because I was anticipating the switch back into Marowak, because apparently Marowak is now the switch in for Ferrothorn, so I was like, nope, I got knockoff. And he did have Thick Glove, as you guys can see. So thankfully I was able to get rid of that Marowak, because that Marowak under Trick Room has been harassing the entirety of my team. So now that that thing is gone, now I don't have to worry about anything else, except the Stakataka though, because this Stakataka is also pretty damn powerful in Trick Room. Now here I switched out, because I was looking up what moves Stakataka carries, and it actually carries superpower, so I was like, oh, you know what, I'm going to switch out, expecting just that, the attempt at superpowering my Ferrothorn here. And holy cranberries, thank goodness I switched into Landorus-T, because this guy actually not only was possibly carrying superpower on this thing, it actually carried the Z move All Out Pummeling, which is the Fightinium Z basically. So holy cranberries, I actually made quite an intelligent switch in here for once in my life, and actually was able to take this Fightinium Z with Landorus-T thanks to the Intimidate that I got on this thing. So that was actually perfect. Now I think here I try to switch out again into Ferrothorn. I think he's gonna hard switch into something else. I think, yeah, the Magearna, and I think I switched into Ferrothorn because even though I did get the Intimidate off, I did not want to, oh no, never mind. I guess I just went for Earthquake. Never mind. I thought I switched out. I don't remember this battle. I actually kind of wanted to forget about this battle, but I couldn't because this battle had some things that were reminding me of things that happened earlier in the past. So, okay, so I went for Earthquake, never mind, because looking at the remainder of his team, he had no switch-ins for Earthquake, so I was like, you know what, why not? He can go for Rock Slide, Heavy Slam. I think Landorus can take it okay, and not to mention, Stakataka's X4 weight to Earthquake, so from a Landorus, I don't think I have much to lose going for it. But here I decide to switch in Ferrothorn now. I think this is what I meant when I switched in Ferrothorn on Magearna. I switched it in here because I was not able to KO this Magearna because he had a Shucka Berry on this Magearna. I was like, what the? So I switched into this and he goes for another Ice Beam. I was like, okay. Now here I think I try to go for a Leech Seed once again, and now I think here was where I was hoping I wouldn't miss the Leech Seed. He's going to take Rocks damage and Spikes damage, thankfully. Good thing I got those up earlier because I knew I was going to need them because there was going to be a lot of switching. And for this Mega Mawile, because yeah, this is the Mega by the way, was actually what I was particularly afraid of, because if this thing sets up and is under Trick Room, it destroys everything on my team in all honesty. So yeah, I did get the Leech Seed off here thankfully, so now I'm able to switch into Landorus-T just to get an Intimidate off, because these Mawiles hit really damn hard even after Intimidate. So getting an Intimidate off just to reduce its power so that other things that come in can take it well was perfect. He doesn't Mega Evolve here though, strangely enough, and just go straight for the Fire Fang. So I was like, okay. Because now I could just spam Earthquake for days. And I get Leech Seed recovery here. Plus the Leftovers recovery, which is actually leaving my Landorus relatively healthy, actually. He's going to be forced to switch out here and go into Cresselia. I anticipated the switch in all honesty, so I went for the U-turn. And I think here is where, yeah, here comes the part that turns this entire match that was actually full of interesting plays into a one-dimensional outcome. Yeah, you're going to see right here. I'm going to send out Pinsir. This Pinsir is actually the Mega. It takes rocks damage. Not a lot because it's not Mega Pinsir yet. Because this Pinsir never came out for a good chunk of the battle. But now here it comes. And boy, let me tell you right now, this thing is just going to start putting in the finest of work. And even I wasn't expecting it, honestly. But here it comes. Return on this Cresselia because it's weakened. Yep, I take out this Cresselia, which is excellent. Now I don't have to worry about one Trick Room setter here. Here comes Magearna, another Trick Room setter, and I was like, you know what? This is actually okay with me, because first of all, this thing takes rocks damage, spikes damage, and I have Earthquake for this thing. So down goes this Magearna as well. No Trick Room from this damn Magearna, thank you very much, because Trick Room teams really get on my nerves, let me tell you that much. In that one battle that I showed you guys in the description, is actually what angered me of Trick Room. So, seeing Trick Room again, this was exactly what I wanted to do to a Trick Room team. Destroy it completely. Here comes Mega Mawile. He switches it in just for the Intimidate, then switches out, goes into Stack Attacka to take Earthquakes. I just went straight for Earthquakes because the rest of his team kind of goes down to Earthquake anyway, so I was perfectly fine with that. He wasn't going to send in Yuxi because Yuxi was also just as weak, and I could just switch it up to Return. So here he goes into Stack Attacka. I go for Earthquake, take it out because it's 4 times weak despite the Intimidate. Not going to take it very well. Probably was an offensive Stack Attack as well, not a defensive one. He's going to go into Yuxi now, take rocks damage, no spikes because it's levitating, and I'm just going to go straight for the Return, take this thing out. That's another Trick Room setter out of the way. I think Stack Attack was also a Trick Room setter, not going to lie. This entire team had Trick Room up, so now that I got this entire team weakened, now I have nothing to worry about, and I can just destroy everything literally with just Pinsir alone. Like, how do you like that? Pinsir actually put in one hell an amount of work here that I was actually kind of astonished at this battle, and I'm surprised that this is the same team that I faced against, you know, the other guy in that battle that I mentioned. This is exactly what I would have liked to have done to that other guy, honestly, just because I don't like that guy. But this guy, I'm like, whatever. But the fact that he brought this team was kind of interesting, actually. I wanted to see how I fared now against this team, now that I am using a team that's not even mine. Because, by the way, I forgot to mention that this team is not mine. I did not make this team. Somebody else did. One of those people who keep dropping paste spins everywhere. I don't know his name. I forgot his name, unfortunately. So, yeah, we'll mention it when I find out. But, yeah, anyways, I'm going to take out this Mawile. I misclicked here and went for Swords Dance for some random ass reason. Took a Fire Fang. Surprisingly, I didn't die despite that thing coming from a Mega Mawile. But this just allowed me to finish it off with an Earthquake as well. So yeah, as you can see, I finished off this team with freaking, what's it called, Mega Pinsir, after setting up a lot of hazards, which is crazy. And this is an annoying ass Trick Room team. The same one that one guy used. The only difference was that instead of carrying the what's it called, the forgot that thing's name. The difference is Stack Attacka. The Stack Attack is in this team and not in the other one, because Stack Attack wasn't even a Pokemon back in Sun and Moon. But yeah, that was the only difference. Other than that, this team was literally the same one that I had to face back in that one battle where I was facing that one guy. So the fact that I was able to see it here again and actually put in quite the amount of work that I wasn't expecting to, because if you guys saw the last battle, that last battle was actually really close. So seeing now this battle turn into this is like holy cranberries. This definitely just talks a lot about my team building skills. So that's actually kind of crazy. Either way, good game though, because at least while before the Mega Pinsir sweep, there was a lot of plays between us, Mage, and I had to like literally play around that Trick Room thing. Because let me tell you, even though the outcome of this battle is like a 5-0, if he got that Trick Room up and he had things going his way, he would have had me for sure, honestly. Because if I lost like a bunch of key mons like Tapu Koko, Magneton, I could have been in huge predicament. Not to mention, if Trick Room is up, Mega Pinsir wouldn't have been able to get away with anything. So he would have died to literally anything, especially that Marowak. That Marowak was that I was particularly scared of. So the fact that I was able to get around that was actually like, whew, this battle was stressful despite the outcome, is what I'm trying to say. And in my opinion, it was still a pretty well played match, at least for the most part. So yeah, anyways, good game to FreeSpirit87. Thank you all for watching this battle. I apologize once again that this is the outcome of the battle. But I mean, again, the video that I showed you guys in the description kind of speaks for itself why I showcased it. But yeah, and not to mention, the battles that happened after this battle, I found one that was particularly interesting that I can actually use for my 10th battle. So I figured let's squeeze this battle here in the mix while we're at it to kind of make it so that I can actually reach that specific battle and whatnot. But anyways, once again, thank you all for watching this battle. I hope to catch you guys in the next battle. But for now, just take it easy.